Oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to try to tell this story in as reasonable a manner as I can. But the point of this story is not for me to whine and complain, but to think about how to handle an issue in the moment. Okay. So I'm going to relay a story that literally just happened to me, here at the Maricopa County Court in the Northeastern Court in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I have to explain a little bit about the law here in Arizona so that you understand it. Going into a courthouse, I was here for a friend's wedding. I had a friend who was getting married, asked me to come and observe his wedding. And Arizona's statutes are very clear on this. So it's Arizona Revised Statutes 13-3102.01 that any public establishment in a court in Arizona that is a state or county or city court qualifies as that in the definitions. So any political subdivision of the state has to allow the carriage of firearms in their property unless they provide secure storage and that the person can immediately retrieve it when they are leaving that facility. And so that's what all the courthouses do. They have armed security. They don't, they do metal detection and bag searches and all that stuff. But you can just walk up and say, hey, I have a firearm to check. Check your firearm, no problem. So I went through, it's the way is the court hours are until 5 p.m. And then at 5 p.m., the judges will do Justice of the Peace weddings. So they were on a JOP wedding at 5. So 4:45, I show up. Hey, I have a firearm to check. Okay, fine. They're going to send me over to these lockers that they have on the wall. Oh, wait a minute. What are you here for? I said, oh, I'm here for a wedding. Oh, well, we'll be gone at 5 o'clock. And so we won't be here for you to get your property. I said, well, you have to be here for me to get my property. That's the law. You have to, if you're going to prohibit me carrying inside of the facility, then you have to be here for me to do that. And so I don't know what you're doing, but if you get off at 5 o'clock, then I'm going to carry in there. No, you can't do that. Well, okay, so let's look at the statute together. So I bust my phone out. Let's look at Arizona Revised Statutes 13-3102.01. It says this is how you have to do this. So what are you going to do for me? He goes, well, I'll just tell the judge he can't do the ceremony for your friends. And you should just take the gun to the car. So I'm not comfortable leaving a firearm in a car. I don't have secure storage in my car. My car doesn't have a lock and cabled box in it. And I don't feel like that's a safe storage facility. And so you have a safe storage facility. And the law says if you don't want me to carry here, you have to maintain that. And I have to have access to retrieving it when I leave. And so the other answer is if you're going to be gone, I can lock it all in the box, take the key with me, and then it will still be here and available. I'll come get my stuff when I go out. No, we can't let you have the key. No, we can't do that. Just go put it in the car. So that's coercion. You're coercing me to not follow the law by threatening me with my friend's wedding. Well, whatever. So, okay, now here's the thing. Here's the way that this works. I've said this to people many times, and I said, look, I'm not going to argue the law with the officer standing there. If he's going to be, adamant about it, all right. I went and actually took my firearm apart and put the small piece that I could inside my glove box with a lock and the other piece put in my trunk, which was a royal pain and not safe for anybody. I go back there and go through security, and now the officer then looks at my med kit and took the trauma shears out and gave me a hard time about them, and would not allow my pen, which is a normal pen that has been on aircraft all over the world, literally all over the world, and my flashlight, which I can show you sitting here. Okay, so it's a Surefire EDC L2T. And he said, oh, that's a Kubitan. It's a tactical flashlight. It's not. It's got a minorly crenellated bezel to allow for breakage of windows, but that can't hurt anybody. It's a flashlight, man. Oh, no, it's not allowed. And so he confiscated it. And so I said, okay, if you're not here when I get done, then you have confiscated my property against the law. And, well, whatever. We'll make sure that it's left for you. It's okay, but if my property's gone, you're responsible for it. Okay, I went in, did my wedding, whatever. He did end up letting me take my medical kit. Well, then when I got done, guess what? They're all still standing there. They're all hanging out after hours or whatever, and handed me back my flashlight. And so the whole thing made me, again, go through all the rigmarole. Was all for naught because they were standing there. And so I could have just checked my firearm and followed the law. But here's what it is. Again, I didn't argue it with him. I argued the law with him, but I argued it in a respectful way. He wasn't a jerk to me, but he was adamant that I had to do it his way. So you're not going to fight that with him there. And if you choose to win that, you're going to end up getting tased. And I didn't want to end up getting tased. So what I will do instead is I will file a formal complaint. I will file a complaint with the court and ask the court to remedy that and to make the officers follow the law. And I think that's important to do because I think that it's important for us to follow the law and not to be mean-spirited and ugly about it, but to be significant. So anyways, I will let you know how that goes in following up. God bless you guys. Make sure, again, don't sit there and bicker with an officer, but use and demand your rights. Have a great day.